So welcome to another exciting episode of Let's Talk. And here at Let's Talk, we like to talk about issues that matter to you, our good, sweet Bahamian people, and try to come up with workable, practical solutions so we have more action and less talk. I'm your host, Jason, with my co-hosts,
Cheryl and
Priska.
And back by popular demand, we had to get Priska back in the house. She came back, highly sought after. They say, you gotta bring Priska back, so we have her back here in the studio. So this evening we have, we got a topic for you guys. We want to talk about crime, but before we even get into that, we want to just reflect back on our most exciting and lovely topic, Valentine's Day. Last week a challenge was put out by my co-host who said, yes, let's find out what the good women will do. And so she said, let's just do a poll and see who did and who didn't. You want me to go first?
Yes, please.
So
Yes.
I'll go first, and I put the question out, and I put it out to the guys, and I said, guys, did you treat your woman to anything special? And then the second question was, did she treat you to anything special? And the kitty does not count. I was met with laughter. I don't know why they
it
laugh when
sounded
I
funny
answer that.
because you said the kitty part. You should have left that off
Why?
and just asked.
No,
the
I don't
question.
want them saying they got the kitty. That don't count. That don't count. You know, some things
Okay.
are off the table.
So,
when you bring them, tell
everyone laughed?
somebody's need not apply, behemoths need not apply. The kitty does not apply to this. So we wanted something on top of that, special,
Okay.
So I was disappointed on the response from both ends. One gentleman said, after laughing at me, he said, yes, no, he got something. Him and his girl, they took care of each other.
Okay.
That's one. And then another guy was like, no, it was just a regular day. It was just regular. He got treated regular.
Okay.
And then
Maybe
another,
regularly is a good thing for him. Maybe
Maybe.
he gets treated regularly. Good regularly.
Yeah, maybe.
So.
Yeah, I ain't gonna disagree with you.
All right.
And then another gentleman who I know to be, his wife takes really good care of him.
Mm-hmm.
He takes care of his wife. But he had a question. He's like, Jason, why does it always seem like it have to be geared towards the woman? Why is it always the men going after the women, always the men treating the women, and we just getting treated like chopped liver? My words. Chopped liver. And I said, you know something? That's something we've been talking about, and we're going to try to address a little bit about it. He said he'll be listening attentively.
Today.
He wants to hear with my beautiful co-hosts. We'll have to say why these holidays seem to be catered more towards the women. But before we get there, what was your response? Because you issued the challenge, so
I did.
assume...
I issued a challenge to both of you, not for me to actually do it myself. Did you do any? Did you
I
ask
actually
anyone?
did, but
Okay.
surprisingly, like Jason, I was a little disappointed in some
In
of
the
the
men?
responses.
In the men?
Both,
Right.
surprisingly.
Jason only asked 3 persons. I hope you did better.
No, I put it out. I
I
got 3
asked-
responses.
So based on the 3 responses, it was, I would say, 66.67% in favor of women, because 2 out of the 3 persons he asked said yes.
No.
And the
no,
other one?
No, they did not.
They
Stop
said yes,
it.
they both
No.
treated each other. So
No,
we're
no.
saying that.
I said he treats his wife and she treats him. He didn't say he got anything, and he didn't say he got anything from her. He didn't do for him.
So 33%
One person
then?
said he treated his wife. The other one said he got nothing.
So
it's
one person got
50-50.
nothing.
Right, 50-50. So it's 50-50.
Can't be 50-50 out of 3.
No, one didn't.
Get
Okay,
anything
One got
at all.
nothing?
One got nothing. One say
And the other 2 got something.
no. Okay, so it's more in favor of the man because the man said he didn't. The one who I said
The challenge was to ask, well, I
Did they get-
guess we really wanted, because we knew men always did. We kind of wanted to know if women
Women
did
did.
anything.
Did
Right.
anything.
So that's what I was listening for, to see
Right.
what the women did. But it sounded like
And-
maybe 2 out of the 3 women
and
did
only
something.
men responded. No woman said they
Did something?
No women
And
responded.
you put it out for everyone.
Yes. No women responded. None.
Oh.
No.
And
one woman did respond. She said, we ain't do nothing.
both of them did nothing,
Right,
but she
right,
clearly
right.
did nothing.
Right.
Okay. So, who did you ask?
I asked some coworkers, and one of the responses was, "I waiting to see what my husband can do for me first before I." Which was shocking
Did we
because
not
she
discuss
is
you were keeping
normally.
those comments?
I know.
No.
But I have to be honest.
Yeah, exactly.
I was surprised because she's usually one to go all out for her husband without waiting to see. So I figured, okay, something wasn't quite right with that situation. So I didn't bother to find out anymore, because she usually is a planner, like from Christmas, and she would start planning for her husband for Valentine's Day. For some reason, that didn't happen.
Wow.
Another teacher said the only thing she was able to do was put gas in her boyfriend's tank and
That's something.
get
That was nice.
him a haircut.
That's
Oh,
awesome.
that's
She would
nice.
have liked to do more.
That's awesome.
But of course, she was expecting something extravagant because it is Valentine's Day, and he didn't disappoint her.
Oh, he didn't
He
disappoint
didn't
her,
disappoint her, but she was only able to
Low-key.
She
Oh,
didn't
she's
feel
only
like
low-key.
she
Right.
didn't. She wanted to do more, but wasn't able to at
okay.
that point.
It's where the heart was.
Right,
Okay, that's fine.
right. But
That's
he
fine.
was
I'll accept
happy.
that.
He appreciated the gas and the
Definitely.
haircut.
Yeah.
I would
So
too.
it was good.
Shoot.
She
I
know her
would too.
boyfriend.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's awesome. That's awesome. Okay, miss.
Yes, well, I too have a very disappointing report. I asked a few
I don't
persons,
know.
and after 4, I just stopped asking because I'm like, this is definitely going to be supporting Jason's argument.
Okay.
Yeah.
Women, we have to do better.
I keep saying I
We
don't know
have
where
to
I
do
live in,
better.
Cheryl.
No, but I knew coming into this. Like I know there are women who would do just like Prisca would have mentioned too. I know there are women, but there are more women who don't than
Yes.
who do at Valentine's Day. And I think we expect to be the recipient. And I had to search my heart to wonder how do I really feel about this thing. And I think I have been more the recipient than I have been the giver, or even let's say an equal.
You have to think. You have to think.
Yes,
Cheryl?
I have to think
No,
about it
come
because I
on.
know that I'm usually quite
Spoiled.
kind is the word, but yes, I realize women we really don't do as much.
So you in reality now? That's what you're trying
I've
to say.
always been in reality,
No, man,
Jason.
no, man.
You know what? Let's just move on because we're only going to be talking about
No,
this for
man.
a few minutes.
But why
No.
is that? Why do you think
I
that
just
is?
think we
Over
it
the
is fair
years, we have just it has just gone this way.
women, and
it's gotten
perhaps
this
we
way.
have become comfortable being
Right.
on the receiving end and not as aware of the fact that maybe our partners are expecting a little more.
Are you not aware or you are not paying attention?
I think some women are aware, but men have just settled for whatever we
Right.
gave them, and
Right.
because of that, and not that it's an excuse,
Right.
but men have just settled
And correct.
for just giving, and the retail
Not
industry
really
has taken that
expecting.
over, and they're just geared towards really.
And like you
Females.
mentioned last week that men won't say.
Right.
We won't say.
Right.
Whether it's good or bad, we won't say, which is because men aren't complainers. If we
Right.
complain, we just sit down around our boys and just get it off and let it go. And
Right.
which is bad because if we want something, we should say
True.
rather than expecting you all to just give. But we don't want to come off as complainers.
Right.
Because now you have today where these women trying to manipulate again, and when men now start speaking, oh, he's a sassy man.
Yes,
Because
yes.
the man now is voicing, because you're always saying he needs to open up, he needs to say, he needs to
Right.
speak. And then when he does it, oh, he's a sassy man. He too soft, he complaining and all that. Okay, so y'all don't mind us talking about when we complain about somebody else, just don't complain about what y'all are doing or not doing.
It's
Well,
the
you don't have to-
presentation.
Oh.
Absolutely.
It's how it's said.
And I don't think you should
as
complain. You can have a
the same way a
conversation.
man, y'all like to say we don't like a nagging woman.
Right.
So we have to approach y'all when the time is right,
Right.
and in a particular setting and when the mood is right.
Right.
The same way you cannot approach us any kind of how if I done had a long day
Absolutely.
trying to cook and then come and telling me where I falling short. That would no, I'm not gonna hear that. I'm not gonna hear anything you say at
The
that
timing
point.
is very important.
Timing is important with a lot of these, I guess, uncomfortable conversations that will need to be had.
Okay,
And
understood.
women don't
right?
have a problem saying what it is that we want because if I want something for Valentine's Day and
Oh,
I
we can
don't
tell
get
y'all.
something, I'll find a way to say it.
And
I
whether
will
the,
definitely-
whether the timing is right or not.
No,
Whether
no,
we
see,
come in
no,
right
I'm
attitude or
not.
not.
No, that's not true. But there's no way I
We know
can
we can't come
impose
at y'all sideways.
or demand a gift. It's not a gift if you're demanding it. But I'll find a nice, soft moment to say, I would have liked something.
Listen, how women aren't in a posture to receive. Most women aren't in any posture to receive
Some.
criticism.
Some
That's why
people.
that's why guys don't say anything. Why do you think they say nothing? Because 9 times out of 10, it's going to be taken the wrong way, no matter how we say it. Because y'all aren't ready to receive it. And that's why, so why do you think men don't say anything? Why do you think we settle then? If that's the case, why do you think most men don't say anything?
About what in particular?
What we
About
want.
anything? About
If-
what
if-
you want?
You said we settle.
I believe one of the reasons is that, quote unquote, you're trying to keep the peace. But I
Right.
don't think that's what the woman wants.
No,
I
we
think the woman
don't.
wants to know what you want. The woman wants you to say
But
what
don't say
you
it the
want.
way
What
you
would
want
you
me to
like?
say it.
No, don't say it in an angry way. Don't say it when the atmosphere is already charged.
Right.
Don't say it in an argument.
Agreed, right?
Yes.
But the atmosphere 9 times out of 10 turns that way.
No, you determine your own atmosphere of your
But
relationship. It's up to you. What
Y'all
do you
have these
mean?
conversations. Y'all have these preconceived how she's gonna react before.
Wait a minute.
Exactly.
Okay,
Does it.
so if that's the case, why do most men don't say anything at all then? If that's
Ask
the case.
them.
No, men don't say
Call
anything.
in. Have we asked people to call in yet? Call in
Oh,
and
that's
tell
right.
us why you don't say, because this doesn't affect all men. And some
No.
the men who do say, maybe you ought to call in as well. Give us
Yes.
a
Tell
call.
us how do you
How do you
get
say
your
it?
needs
I agree, right?
addressed with your
I
partner?
agree. Presentation and approach is everything.
Yes,
It's key.
yes.
And any atmosphere, right?
Absolutely.
I agree.
Yes.
But if a person isn't willing to hear or doesn't want to see, it don't matter how I approach you because they're going to always feel like they're being attacked.
That is true.
And most men, not most, I shouldn't say most men, a lot of men
Some.
feel that way.
You like this?
I have to say a lot of men
word.
because I hang on a lot of men.
How many men you hang around?
Hey,
Jason? What's the
you
statistic
just-
of men,
hey,
men in the
check
Bahamas?
this out.
Because I really want to know how many men Jason. Jason will
Check
talk
this
to
out,
5 people and come around most men.
Cheryl, why did you come to this conclusion how did you come to this conclusion? Because you were being disappointed by the answers you got, right?
Right.
Those answers you got came from women who had men, right?
Right.
Prisca, see where I go under this, right?
No, I
see the
don't.
little smile. Listen, the men already talking without saying anything. The men have spoken loudly. Right?
I'm sorry?
The men, without saying anything, the men have spoken loudly. We don't say is because no matter how, not no matter how, majority of times when we approach, it turns out, it could start off where we saying, baby, I don't like when you do it this way. Tables are turned, and next thing, look, we're in an argument, or
Right.
we end up having to console them because some reason it's turned out to, hold on, the topic isn't no longer on what I was complaining about.
Right.
It's now what I did wrong, and now I have to try to fix the situation because it's always our fault. And we've accepted that for so long, till that when men now start to speak, we are being called sassy or
No.
girly men.
I understand what you're saying, and that happens in some relationship, but you have to figure out a way, and not all relationships are the same. Communication is important in relationships, we all know that. So men have to figure, not just men, women and
I
men
was
have to
about
figure
to
out
say,
a way.
when are women going to own up
You've
to
been
this?
talking about women this whole show,
No,
but the one
you
time I
say
say
men gotta
something
do
about
it.
men, you have a problem?
You asked me a question
Anyway,
about men, and I'm
the
explaining
point
about
is,
men.
No, the point is both parties have to figure out a way where they can communicate. It's their relationship. Their relationship is important. They have to figure out a way. And like I said, I understand that in some ways men use the way that they have to try to keep the peace. But you have to work through it because there is no peace. There is the semblance of peace, but there is no peace. Just because you're not speaking, just because you're not shouting and saying what you want, peace still doesn't exist.
Correct.
So you have to find a way to have that conversation.
Where do you think the term happy wife, happy life comes from?
I don't know.
Just you.
I mean, you saying that, but is that necessarily a bad thing? And I wanted to point out while I was going back at it. No, hear me out. I think those examples that you guys are going back and forth on are prime examples of what is wrong
Yes.
or unhealthy relationships.
Yes.
And I think we need to stop looking at those relationships because we know too many relationships needs cannot be addressed for whatever reason. Some women too are afraid to speak up for fear of how their man would react in
True.
response
Exactly.
to them saying this is what we need. So we need to kind of shift the focus a little bit and let's look at what healthy communication within a
Correct.
relationship looks like. Because
Yes, we
I
have a show
know
on
there
that.
are relationships where a
lot.
man can go to his woman and
A
be
lot.
like, baby, this is what I need.
You're in
without
one.
it being confrontation.
Absolutely.
Right.
And that's what we need to focus on. I mean, that may be a little more boring, but there are
Priska, that's good, right?
relationships
And,
like
and,
that.
and there are. That's truth, right? And I just want, see, men are always ready. Because you say, for the sake of peace, we keep our mouth closed. So we need women to be that, like that too. Okay, for the sake of peace, let me make a safe space so that he can
For-
speak. Because if
Well,
we can
yes.
settle for safe space, because we don't want to argue, we just settle and we just take it. So we need women to play the other part of that, to say, okay, for the sake of peace, let me, when he does decide to speak, let me not take it as an attack. We got to go both ways, right? Oh Lord, and there was silence and crickets in the room. There was silence and crickets in the room. My gosh. See, guys, we would love for you to join in on this
Please,
conversation,
please.
please. Because last week you all said these women beat up on me. Don't let them beat up on me again.
No, we're
man.
not. We're having a conversation.
352-8255, 352-8255. Join us in, or you can join us on the chat on YouTube. Like, subscribe, share. We're going to take a quick commercial break and we'll be right back.
Where you going, mate?
To go buy these tickets for the party tonight.
Why this boy so dumb?
Tickets242.com.
You know how hard it is?
They sell tickets for parties, concerts, plays, sporting events, everything.
You know how expensive bus is?
Well, if you just buy the tickets online, they could just send you it in the email. Then you could just print it off.
You know how strong mosquitoes is?
Or you could go to the box office downtown at the Genesis Street Gear.
You ain't scared of June, says they.
woman I know.
Wait, this whole time we were not being heard?
There's one woman I know that was is treat her husband well.
So that's two
It's
then.
it's Nora.
Yeah, so that's
what
two then. So she treats hers well.
She treats us awesome.
Okay.
Oh, we were on mute. My God. But guys, we apologize and we just want to continue. We were talking about the stats. We had a challenge going forward. We wanted to hear what the ladies would have done for their significant others over the past Valentine. Can we call it a holiday?
No, it wasn't a holiday.
It wasn't a holiday, but celebration, yes. And we all were saying we were disappointed with the responses because we were looking forward to having a lot more responses
Yes.
of women bragging about how they treated their men. I was looking forward to it. Say, Nora says, because society has trained men that they
They
cater to women and not men. Go work, provide, and just come home, get your kitty. and that's a maybe. That's true, hey. We've been conditioned to that the kitty is enough. The kitty is the prize. Yeah, for real. For real, we need to do something.
All right,
about it.
but we
need to change that
did have
program.
another person before her that said that she did blow her
Yeah,
husband's
we-
mind.
Every chance
so
she
every
gets.
chance she gets. So,
Every chance she
so that's
gets.
two so far. That's two in a minute. So this is looking pretty good.
Two what? Where's the
Yes.
second one?
Lenora is the second one.
She didn't say she did anything. I say she always treats her husband.
You know.
So she did. Right?
So you think she missed?
No, definitely not.
Yes.
Definitely not.
All right. So that's 2 out of 3.
Yeah,
I mean, 2 out of 2,
But
sorry.
we have to do better because, like I said, when we were on commercial break, and I know our audience didn't hear it, but Cheryl and Priska agreed that women need to do better. In spirit, they agreed with me. They were this close to saying it, right? But their lips, they just wouldn't. The words wouldn't come off their
Words not
mouth.
coming out,
It wasn't
so-
coming out, but they agreed with me. They agreed with me. Kai said he shows no emotion, but I still do it. Oh. Come on, Kai's significant other man. Show that woman. You
Say,
appreciate it.
yay, yeah, I appreciate it. Yes.
Say appreciate
Yes.
it, you know. But we appreciate it for you, Kai. It is how it is said. Yeah?
And I think this person was talking about what we
Yeah.
were talking
Right.
about earlier, like,
Before the
With the
break.
you know,
approach.
if you have the approach, if you have a criticism, then, and I think that's something even to talk about. Like, if you're in a relationship with someone, and if you can ask them, how do you want me to say it? If I have a criticism, how would you prefer me to say it? And I know many times, many people will tell you, if you want to be honest, people will, if you ask honestly, tell you exactly when is a good time.
Right?
When is a good time to address you about a criticism?
When it's a good time. Preferably after purchase.
I was about to say,
Well,
after you give woman a big gift, you can say whatever you
and
want.
then you could, because she's happy.
Of course.
Or if
Of
you
course.
gave her favorite meal. Sometimes it doesn't necessarily have to be a lot of money. When she's comfortable after a nice bath.
Yes.
After
and
the
she's
kids are
happy.
sleeping, when she's relaxed and more open to it. Not when she didn't come from work and cooking and still have children and homework to deal
And
with.
tired
You
and-
really think she wants to hear any criticism at that point?
Or any man, or a man
Any-
either. The same thing for females. When a man has come home from work tired, maybe he hasn't even eaten yet,
Right.
and this is not a time to nag him about something he didn't
You
throw
didn't
the
do this, you
garbage
didn't do
out,
that.
he didn't do this, or something you asked him to do, and he didn't do it. We really have to choose the time when we try to have a conversation.
Right.
So
And
let
it's-
me ask you all a question, serious question. This guy has a serious complaint. You know he has grounds for the complaint. But because he doesn't come in the approach you want him to, you're not going to hear him? No, because you all say that, you only say it's the
we
way
talk
he have to
about-
come with it.
We talk about this is no have to. This is just what makes sense, Jason. So
Right.
let's just keep it real.
No.
You cannot plant anything in grounds that's not
Fertile ground,
fertile.
Right.
Mm-hmm.
So if he wants to be heard, and the same thing goes for male or female, this is not gender specific anymore.
Mm-hmm.
If you want to be heard, then you have to seek a time when you can be heard, or if it's going to be an argument.
I believe we should be adults, right? And he should not have to plow the ground to plant the seed. The ground should be plowed.
okay.
Okay? The ground should be planted. because this is your spouse. Let's say we talk about husband. and wife. Your ground should already be fertile whenever you come around your spouse. Now, given this a bad day, and he'd be an idiot to come knowing that you have a bad day. But he shouldn't have to create a fertile ground to plant a seed because the ground should already be fertile because this is your man. And if he's coming with a complaint, let's don't say a complaint. He comes with a legitimate concern. He should not have to plow a ground to let you know that because he has to now again cater to you so you can hear it. That's what you're saying? He has to now
Well,
cater to you so he can hear it?
You're in a relationship. Catering is something that's supposed to be going on nonstop.
Yes.
So you're supposed to be catering to each other all the time.
Right.
Now you could sit over there all day and say what should happen, but I'm telling you what makes sense and what happens. And to be real, I understand what you're saying, right? And if you love each other, respect each other, and you're committed to each other, then yes, you should always hear each other. What we said was, when is the best time
to get your point across effectively?
And that's exactly the best time.
Or you can
Every time is not the best time.
Or you can say, babe, we need to talk.
Oh, wall's going up.
No.
Wall's going up.
Because
No.
now she
For some
already
people,
knows
but not everyone.
her man wants to address something.
Sometimes you gotta sneak it in, you know.
But when?
Yeah, no.
When?
See,
I
it's all
agree.
about.
Sometimes you can
Sometimes you
sneak
gotta
it in,
sneak it in. You can't.
but-
It's different ways. You just gotta know you're supposed to know when
Yeah,
you're planting the seed,
exactly.
right?
Exactly.
But it shouldn't always be, oh, I gotta now tiptoe around, or I gotta
No,
wait
we're
for
not
this
saying
moment,
tiptoe
or
around.
I gotta wait for this perfect moment in order to voice my concern. Because listen, I don't know anybody who likes to hear criticism about themselves, right? I don't know anybody who openly waiting to say, okay, I just waiting for people to just come and tell me. But you got to know that's part of life. And it ain't going to be on your terms. You got to, okay, I know I'm doing something wrong. If he's coming to me with this, if she's coming to me with this, then let me hear what they say. Are they attacking me? If they are not attacking me, why can't he say what he have to say? Now, if he's attacking you, that's something different. But so if he's not attacking you, why can't I just say, hey, is his complaint legitimate, or do I just feel like being a B word?
We're not saying do not address it, Jason. We're saying
You're saying at the right time.
At the right time.
What if the right time?
To
What
be
if the time?
effective.
You do it at work. You do it at the right time
You-
at work
you
when you
know-
have to
you
address
know when
issues.
your boss is
You
not
do it-
in a
you
good
do it at
mood.
work. You do it with your friends.
You know when your friend is
Do it at
having a
home.
bad day.
Listen.
You're not going to come to your friend sideways if you know he's in a bad mood.
Oh.
You're going to wait till
See, men and women
calm
communicate
down.
differently, all right? So if I have a legitimate complaint against my boy, I say, boy, my boy, look here. I don't care what mood he in.
Yeah, but you can't take that.
So don't say,
approach to
no, you
your
just compare
wife.
it. No, you just compare it. So I just trying to tell you we did communicate differently.
Okay.
So don't
So you do
compare.
understand that then?
Yeah, of
That
course.
women and men receive things differently,
Yes.
communicate differently.
Yes.
Okay, so why are we even talking?
But I am saying that, listen, it can't always be on your turn because you're saying make sure the ground fertile and make sure the ground, it ain't gonna always be that. So sometimes you gotta receive it as an adult because you are an adult.
Yeah, but you can't. She's not going to receive that, and we
Oh, no,
telling
no, no,
you
she has
she's
to
not-
receive it.
She's not. She's going to hear you,
See, that's why it's
but
unfair,
is she
right?
going to be open?
That's why it's unfair.
To
You see, that's why it's unfair.
changing.
That's
if you
why it's
come around.
unfair.
What exactly is unfair?
Because she ain't in the mood for hearing it, she ain't gonna be open to it. See, that's what I'm
Jason,
saying.
no,
It's
no,
adult
that
thing
is
we
not what
talking
we're
about.
saying.
She
That
said
is
she's not
not-
gonna. That's what
that
Priska
is
said. She's
not
not gonna receive it because she ain't in the.
What
She's not
she
open to
has-
it.
when
be-
Priska, we talked about not really the mood. We talked about the atmosphere, what is going on at the time. You mentioned it could be the fact that the female is having a bad day. Maybe she's home, maybe she's cooking, maybe she's dealing with the children, maybe she's doing different things. And the same thing goes for male and females. The female has to be sensitive to his
A man is
mood,
dealing with at a
to what
particular
he's dealing
time
with. Exactly.
before she approaches him with criticism.
And it's not, and you can't say she should always be ready. Yes, you want to be ready at all
I said
times to
she
hear
should
the person.
receive it always. I say she should be ready because we don't know when we're gonna be ready. Even if she don't
what is the
accept it
difference?
right then, she needs to sit down and say, "Hey, was this person trying to beat up on me? Was he trying to take away from me?
Well, that should never
Was he-
be a part of the equation because this is
was
something
he-
you love. If you believe the
Exactly,
person
so that's
loves
why
you,
she should be able to
then that
receive it
should-
at every
that
time.
should not be
No.
a part of the equation at all. And
So-
she should not see that as an attack.
Welcome to Let's Talk, caller.
Exactly.
Welcome to Let's Talk, caller. What do you got to say, caller?
He wants to
Yes, Here's my issue with this, right? I see they talking about they saying the mood must be right.
Right.
Yes.
So hold on now. If a man is coming into his home, right, from a hard day's work, me being a construction worker, and now my wife is home, I can be careful what I say. To me, the issue with our society today, me, Jackson, my wife is a housewife, so she stays home. Now that becomes her responsibility. I goes to work to bring the bread, so I believe you should at least that you toast the bread. You should be able to do have your responsibility kept at the home. The issue to me is this: she goes to work now. Imagine I go to work also. Now she's spontaneous because she has all kind of stress from a 9 to 5 boss. And if I say something to her, I can find out what kind of day she had. How you feel today? Now you want me to go ahead and do the homework with the kids? You want me to throw the garbage out just when I come to the door? Think it's going to be the issue. We got to have an even responsibility, and we should not be afraid to express ourselves in any relationship.
Okay.
You didn't
Okay.
ask to be a
That's how I feel as a man.
All right.
I think I really believe our society. I don't like our society has messed up this whole thing here. Man becomes the catering service.
Yes, sir.
And we understand that because if you love a woman, the whole idea was to take care of her.
Yes.
She can slap you, but don't hit her back because you ain't no man.
Yes, that's right.
You can call a chair for her to sit down. She never take her coat off and rest it on the chair. You understand what I'm saying?
Yes, sir.
And to me, that's the issue.
Yes, sir.
Personally, that is the issue to me. We just can understand, man. Men work hard. Men feel neglected because we spend most of our time catering to these wives we have. And I think we got to change that.
Yes, sir.
Have a wonderful life.
Thank you so much, sir.
Yes.
And that's a man who's taking care of your wife. Your wife was just bragging with him. Anyway, we ain't gonna talk their business. But that's another man who's echoing the statements that men are echoing. And
What is the statement? Because the
He
most
just
important thing
said-
I heard him echo is that women should be housewives and at home. Then you wouldn't have half the issues that you have.
that's not
They
true.
wouldn't be
She needs to
outside
be
being
quiet when he
stressed.
reach home, so we
They
can
wouldn't-
hear.
They wouldn't be stressed out with the
What
9 to 5
you have to
boss
say.
if they were home. And I think a lot of our problems is because
Women in the workforce.
we women in the workforce, yeah.
Yeah?
Yeah. We have moved away from traditional
yes.
family life is supposed to be.
Yes.
And so this comes with challenges.
Yes.
Now, if she was in a home environment, of course that too comes with its challenges. If she were at home, having to take care of the children, having to do all those things, do housework, yes, but she would have less stress to deal with.
So she'll be more
And more
open
have to be.
I hear y'all.
when he comes home.
I understand y'all, but I wonder if y'all heard him. Because y'all say men don't have no complaints. Men don't have this.
No.
this
Say that.
See, I mean, y'all
I
under the impression
literally just
that
shared
y'all under
three
the
things he
impression
said.
that men
I guess
are
I'm supposed to hear
not.
what he heard.
No, y'all under the impression that we making up these things, and and it's only a few women who doing these things. Who causing these complaints?
No, if a man says it, I validate it because that is his experience and that's how he feels.
But this is
So
this is a,
what I'm saying is you just can't tell me what most men are feeling because I know you have not spoken to most men.
But
I
most
do
men
know-
calling in and
what I'm-
saying it.
Oh,
Tell you
Jesus
heard
Lord, one
any man
just
come in here and
called.
say something
one
different?
man just called. Listen, Jason, you.
okay.
I
That's
believe
three,
the
right?
problem
1, 2,
exists.
3, right?
Wait.
That's 3, right? That's
I
100% of the
I
men you
believe
talk
the
to, right?
problem-
That's 100% of the men you speak to,
problems
right? That's
exist,
100% of the men.
But it's not as vast as
Okay.
Jason is trying to make it.
I agree, Cheryl.
Yes.
It's not as
Bad as I
bad
make it
You're
sound.
making
y'all
it,
making it
yes.
seem, and y'all making it seem as if
Wait,
these
y'all,
women, no
you
man,
mean them,
they
okay,
are making
yes.
it seem as if the woman don't have no understanding or not
Yeah, like we're
concerned,
cold,
we're not
heartless
open
people.
to their concerns. All we are saying, Jason and Sir caller,
And sir over there.
right, is when we are open to it. We want our men happy. We want our husbands,
Yes.
our boyfriends happy. We want their
Yes.
needs met.
Yes.
All we're saying is,
We
as
do.
women, and y'all had a show a couple weeks ago, how women are emotional, so on and so forth. when you have these conversations with us is what matters most. That's all we're saying. We're not saying don't have it. We're not saying keep everything in. We're saying this woman has just as much stress as you, especially if she's in the workforce.
Yes.
It's how you approach her with your issues. That's all we're saying.
And then didn't I acknowledge that?
No, but you said like it's never
No.
good time.
No.
Like,
I said,
No.
I acknowledge that. I said, I agree with you.
No, you
I
didn't.
said, but
No, you did not.
anyway, when you go back and watch it over, you see where I agree with you.
I
I said,
don't plan
but,
to.
I said,
I'll
but,
be fast
you said,
forwarding
but,
those
but you
parts.
also, I said, also, you cannot just be waiting or trying to create a moment to say that.
you have
Because
to
she-
wait on the right time, Jason. You have to.
So
And
it's
just
always
like the
on her
caller
time
said,
again. So you
I
see, that's
didn't
what I'm
say
hearing.
always
That's
on
what
her
I'm hearing.
time.
That's what I'm hearing.
Or
So
help-
at no
help
point.
create
So at no
a
point
time.
she can say, "Let me suck it up." And hear him out. Because you say create the time. You say he always has to create the time and look for the right time to say it. So at no point in time where she will say, okay, let me create the time. Let me suck it up and hear it.
Listen, whatever.
No.
Whatever
I
has to
want
be
to hear.
said. Oh, you
go
want to hear
ahead.
Prisca?
Yeah,
Okay,
but she
I
tell
could
me,
do
she said,
that.
she
Or
said,
not.
wait for the right time.
Yes.
Okay, now you can speak. Okay, now you can speak,
I
Cherry.
will answer you. I will answer you.
No.
I will answer you.
Go ahead.
He should wait, like I said, on the right time.
So no matter
Or
how he's
create it.
feeling,
Or help create it.
no matter how he's
Help her-
feeling,
help
he
her
must
get
push
to the
down
place,
and he
help
got
her get to the place
Okay.
where she is receptive.
Jason-
Help her.
To what it is, because you can't have a conversation if I'm not ready.
right.
But Jason,
You cannot.
Listen.
So help
So
me.
it's
help
all on
you.
her. It's all about
Help me, help her. Help you.
See that? You see how unfair
no,
y'all is, right?
no, what?
Go
No,
ahead.
no, what?
I wanna hear
Sometimes
Cheryl now.
it doesn't matter. Oh, gee. Are you done? Let me.
Yeah, she was done. She said,
Are you sure
Go
you're
ahead,
done?
she
Go
said-
ahead.
Because
go
he's
ahead.
gonna hear you if you're not done. Because that's what's happening. No, what I'm saying is sometimes whatever he has to say, even though maybe the right time is created, it could still affect her even in a harsh way. It could be something that is going to still tear her apart. And of course she's going to receive it. And that's why I guess the timing is important, because depending on what you have to say, sometimes what you have to say is going to be very detrimental. It might affect the person emotionally, mentally, spiritually. So it's important to choose the right time. Now, it could just be something quite simple. And I do understand that sometimes women who are immature, people who are immature will feel attacked if criticized. It doesn't matter how good you provide a situation, a mood, or whatever. That happens with immature people. And it doesn't happen just
Selfish people, yes.
in selfish and immature people. It doesn't just happen in relationships. It happens in the workplace. It happens
across the
wherever,
board.
across the board. If someone is selfish or immature, they're not prepared to receive criticism. But it's important when you love someone and you're rooting for the relationship, you want to make sure that everything you do is in favor of the win of the relationship.
Correct.
So there will be men who will say, okay, I don't mind doing that.
Right.
And the woman, we know we have to do the same thing, just like the man says. If you're home, if you're a stay-at-home wife, the man comes home from work, he's tired. There's no way you can ask him to help you with this and help you with that.
And
You're supposed to do that.
see, like you said, with the relationship has to win, right? And what I was receiving, and y'all correct me if I'm wrong, I was hearing, make sure that the moment is right before I have to criticize at all times. That's what I was hearing. Correct me if I'm wrong.
See, sometimes things are going to come up. What I'm saying, if you have something
You
that
running-
you really want to talk about, that you know is going to affect this person, then yes, you should create the right moment for that.
See,
It's not just your everyday thing, Jason. I'm talking about
understood,
real,
right? Listen,
serious
I understand, but see,
relationship-bending things.
And that's in an ideal situation when you can wait. Ain't every time you're going to could wait. And there's not every time that he's going to be able to create the moment.
We don't put the effort into it.
Because for whatever reason. So should he always have to be the one to create the moment for him to get whatever off his chest? And that's what I was asking. Should he always have to be the one to create the moment and wait for that moment to say, hey, this is what's bothering me about you?
I think two should help to create a moment where he can express himself.
No, I think if you know your partner, sometimes
Right.
you can see something is bothering him, and you can ask him even before he says.
What's going on?
You should know the person.
And see, and that's why I'm saying, if you love this person, you know this person loves you. Whether he creates the moment or not, if you sit down and evaluate yourself and realize, hold on, is he trying to attack me? Then I can see you going on the defense. But if this is a legitimate concern for him, why does he have to create a moment? You know this guy is coming because this is your time for you to buck up and you create the moment now because he just ain't in the mood to create it. So this time for you to create the moment. Why can't you do that?
How would you know? How would you know if he?
You-
I don't understand. How?
Because we going from him having to create the moment 100%
No, what I was
of the
saying
time
is if-
for me
if-
to say
if-
she now
It,
helping create moments at times. Okay, yes,
If he wants
I had
to
a
talk.
yes, she had a stressful moment. Yes, he had a stressful moment. Does it always default to her being the one being catered to get her out of a stressful moment for her to get him to get his stuff off, or can she at some time say, okay, yes, okay, I can take it on this time. He don't have to create the moment. Two of us having stressful
We did
moment.
say
Let-
wait.
No,
Yeah,
no, you all said that.
yes, we did say it's a two-way street. You have to do the same thing for them, Jason.
Go ahead. I ain't saying nothing. I ain't saying nothing. Go ahead. Correct me if I'm wrong.
We
I'm
having
not.
some communication issues.
But at the same time, Jason,
Mm-hmm.
if it's something that you need to address,
Yes.
it's the onus is on you.
And yes,
The
that's
onus
why I'm
is
going
on
to sit
you.
down and I
so
can
if
say,
it's
listen.
something I want to
I need to
address with
talk.
my partner, I'm gonna make sure he's comfortable and in a headspace where he's open
What if they're
to
not?
it.
What if they're not? See, if it's something
You
that
trying
needs
to
to be
24
addressed.
hours to go by and you don't know your partner
You don't know-
has something they
Listen.
need to address and they're not gonna make
Something
it happen.
happened. She did something he don't like.
Right.
But she had a bad day on the job. He's now, that thing eating him up, what she did. He wants to address it. But because she had a bad day on the job, he should wait now. Now that's eating him up. You see what I'm saying? You see what I'm saying?
I understand what you're saying.
So which trumps now? Her job life or their relationship?
It's not the job life anymore. It's the
All
fact
right.
that she's
So
affected
therefore-
and not in. It's the fact that she's affected and not in the right emotional state to accept anything
Listen
else.
to me.
So he loves. Okay, I guess what trumps is who he loves more, himself or her.
I thought the
In that
relationship's supposed to win.
situation,
I thought the relationship's supposed to
you
win.
asked me about what trumps what, because if something is eating me up.
From the job. Your job now. You bring that home.
No, you said it. Whatever he
I said-
did is
right.
eating
No,
her
whatever
up.
she did,
is
eating him up.
eating him up. Yes, that's something that he can resolve first. In
How,
terms
if
of
she's the
fact that
problem?
well, see, that's a whole other
That's
issue.
why I said
because
he
you're
wants to
saying
address it with her.
She is the. What I'm saying is,
Go ahead.
if you know this is somebody you love, and they're not in the right emotional state because they're stressed out. You are still going to approach them with
Exactly.
something
You
that
know
is going
she's
to
not
affect
ready.
them in another way, even though. So you
And this is what
are.
women do?
No, what I'm saying, I'm asking.
women do
you-
that?
This is
Go
scenario.
ahead.
This you brought this situation, and I'm just asking you based on that. So you think that's okay?
Oh yes.
Okay.
Let me tell you something. Okay, let me
Maybe we should
clear
talk
let me
about
clear it
crime
up.
in
Let me
Bahamas.
clear it up. Because if I have problems on my job, but I know I did something to affect my wife, you think I can let my job issues would weigh me down? Stop me from hearing out my wife, which she has a legitimate excuse for me to?
But based on your scenario, I wasn't aware that she knew she did something. You
Hold on,
said it was something that
I just
he
said
did.
she did something that eaten me up. I have to address her about it. And because she had a bad day on the job, I must now wait for the job.
Okay.
Wait for her to get
No,
out of that
first of
to
all,
address that.
First of all, in that scenario, if she did something to offend him and she's aware of it, she should
Whether
bring it
she's
up.
aware of it
She
or
shouldn't.
not.
Well, if she's
She
not
might not be
aware
aware.
of it, if she's not aware of it, then no.
Right.
But if she is aware of it, she should bring it up. She shouldn't have to wait for him to
She
bring
might
it
not
up.
be aware of doing it. So hey,
well-
baby, I gotta talk to you about something you did that really ticking me off.
Right.
We need to talk about this. Now,
you-
I
You
can't see
wanted
that
to
end
draw-
well.
Whatever it is.
put work aside because nothing comes before
But
your
how
marriage.
realistic is that for
It's
most
not-
people?
See, and that's the issue right there.
Jason.
Prioritize your spouse over everything.
But
See, and that's
men
where your
can
problem is. See, men can do that.
compartmentalize
Men do
more
that,
than
right?
women. Y'all can do it.
But y'all say y'all could do. You see, y'all say emotionally,
I'm
mentally,
not sure
y'all are
what is
stronger.
happening because Jason is saying, I must prioritize the hurt that I'm feeling about having a bad
Work
day.
on
Yes,
work.
and cater to.
How do you
Yes.
do that?
I
Yes.
take it to it
Help
apparently.
me understand
Yes.
how you do
But
that.
that's one of the
Unless
difference in
it's
men
not
and
a
We
women.
woman.
always say it, right? Prioritize your spouse above all.
Jason,
Right?
this is not.
Right?
This is the
Right?
difference. You don't choose.
Right?
You don't choose to feel hurt or to feel.
Yes, you big
stressed
drone.
out. Who choose to feel
Hold
stressed
on.
out?
How do you fall in
I
love?
choose to feel stressed
Yes,
out.
you. Wait, hold on. Nobody.
He said,
let
I
me
have a
ask
bad
you
day.
something.
I choose
Can
to
I
feel
put a gun
stressed
on you
out.
and make you feel
oh my
happy?
Gosh. If you pull a gun on me, it's going
Make
to
you feel
stress
happy.
me out.
If I put a gun on you, is that going to make you feel happy? You choose what
Can
makes
I
you happy,
choose?
right? You choose what makes you
know
happy. You choose what makes you sad. You choose that. Cheryl, there's
Really?
nothing.
I choose
it's-
what makes me happy and I choose what makes me sad. I'm
You
gonna
don't?
I'm going to need to choose a
You
therapist
don't?
after this show.
You
No,
don't.
it's
No.
not as black and white.
No.
No.
Hold on,
No.
wait a minute. So
Jason,
what we
you don't
so
choose
outside
what stresses
influences
you out.
us.
Yes.
So
For women,
we don't
yes.
we don't
For
choose what we
people-
allow to affect us. We don't choose what we hold on to and say what affects us. We don't choose that.
Listen, you
Wait a minute.
deal
Let's
with.
get to this now.
No, you don't.
don't?
You deal
So
with
anything
it. You
could come at you. I
choose-
could control you with my.
You
I
choose how you react.
I can
to
trigger
it.
you then.
But once, of course you can. You're triggering me now.
That's what I'm saying. So see, Cheryl, you can't trigger me unless I allow you to trigger me.
No, listen.
Hold on, let's
the
just
whole
get it.
point is
We
no.
strain off, but we see where some of the problem
Jason,
is.
No, Jason, you're
allowing
making,
other things
you're
to control us.
simplifying it. No, you're simplifying it.
Too much so.
Because people can have, for example, if somebody holds a gun on someone, that's a stressful situation.
I say
be
to
in.
make you feel happy.
You are going to say, you're going to tell me I'm going to choose to be stressed out in that situation?
I say if I could pull a gun on you and make you happy.
No, I am asking about a different
Don't
scenario.
don't just
No, I
check it
don't
and
care
put it
about
somewhere
that. That
else.
doesn't make any
Okay,
sense.
so- all right
We're
then.
talking about someone having a bad day, a
Right.
stressful day. Now, of course, how you respond to it is different. But if someone comes home with a stressful day, you're saying they can
Just cut it off
compartmentalize that
and cater
stress
to.
and deal
No,
with whatever.
that's not, no.
They're robots then.
No, you choose to do it.
Oh.
You choose to do it. If you choose to hold on to negative emotions, you will stay negative. If you choose to be happy, you know what you do? You dismiss. You do all you can to get those negative people
That
from around
is
you.
a
Hold on, let me
process.
finish, Cheryl.
That is a
Let me finish,
process.
Cheryl. You choose what
That
you
is a
hold on
process.
to, and whatever you hold on to will either make you happy or make you sad, or that affects your emotions. Nobody can
Makes no
control your emotions except you. God can't even do that. He give us free will.
Clearly.
We choose to do
Clearly.
it. Yo, I don't get
That's totally
this.
different from
Choosing what affects you,
you're
Cheryl.
bringing.
So, Cheryl, I can upset you only if you allow me to upset you. You can't upset me, unless I allow your words or what you say or what you do to. I choose how that affects me. I choose how I respond to that, and how not even respond. I choose how if I
You've
value
never
your
had a
words.
stressful day.
I have plenty.
So what is the point then?
And then when you know what I do, Cheryl? You know what I hold on. You want to hear what this
Jason.
point is? You know what the point is? I sit down. I say, hold on. I ain't taking this with me, because guess what? If something happened to me right now, they'll replace me just like that. And guess what? Reality kicks in. Don't let that get to you, Jason.
Well, we
But
haven't all
that's
arrived there.
you.
But I'm saying,
That's you. You
y'all say
cannot
how?
expect-
Y'all ask me how?
You cannot
I'm
expect
y'all ask me how. So,
women to
and I'm
respond
special.
in the
No.
same
I am
You're
not,
very
I'm not
special.
expecting you all.
You're very, very
I'm not
special.
expecting you. I'm telling y'all it can be done. Y'all say it can't be done. It can be done.
We said it's not realistic to expect it to be done.
Why?
Because she has
So I should
other
just-
Because
stresses
not
she's
everyone
dealing
is
with,
there.
and everyone can't just cut
Not
that
everyone
off.
is there.
And that does not mean she does not love you. That does not mean
I didn't say she doesn't love you, no.
If she
She's
doesn't
right.
want to meet your needs, or hey, you out, it just means that give her a minute, give her some time
Anyone.
to deal with that, and let her get
And
to
I'm
you
s-
as soon as she's able to.
As soon as she wants to.
As soon as she's able to,
We
emotionally.
choose.
It's not just
So
that.
how do you
It's
get
not
over
that
it?
just black and white.
Time.
And
Let
what in
her
time makes you get out?
Process.
Let her process her stresses from that day, and let her calm down from that high.
So do
and
you
she
agree
can come to you.
some women get over faster than the others?
Of
But
course.
you know you
So
People are
why? So wait,
different.
wait.
People
So
are
if some
different.
women can get over it faster than others, then why can't other women get over
Because
faster
that's
than
not
others?
who she is.
That's because that's not what they want to do. See, God give us free will to
Jason,
choose
you
and
have-
out
no,
things.
you have to know
Y'all
the
don't wanna,
person.
y'all
It's
don't wanna
different.
own up to this, you know.
No, it's
Y'all don't wanna
different.
own up to this, you know.
Different people react
Yes.
differently in different
Yes.
situations, and there's no one size fit all for every
And you
It's
know,
how
female.
we choose to
You
process
have to
it.
know
I
your
know,
female.
I know Cheryl does it, so I'm expecting if she could do it, then you should be able to.
Yeah.
That's not fair to her.
Hold
if
on.
that's not how
it's
she
your
operates.
choice. No, it's how
Oh,
we
we do
choose
have
to
to
operate,
take a
you know.
commercial break. Are we going to take a commercial break?
Yes, we can take one.
All right, so we'll be right back.
And we need the air one.
I'm Flynn Doxson from Nose Witness News, reporting live from Sniper Paintball City. We're here with the manager and he's going to tell us a little about what they have to offer.
Daddy, I got this at Sniper Paintball. We have paintball, cornhole, mini golf, batting cage.
Strike!
That's not a strike.
So come on down every Saturday and Sunday to Sniper Paintball City, located next to Crosstown, where you and the family can have a great time.
See you at Sniper.
So we're back from our commercial break, and we were supposed to talk about crime, but guess what? If I keep rubbing these women the wrong way, there's gonna be a crime in here.
There was almost one during the commercial break.
How do you address this one? The husband takes care 100% of the bills, inclusive of the mortgage. When it comes to his wife, birthday and Valentine's, he would tell her that she don't know bills, or she don't know bills.
She don't have
no bills.
Okay.
I mean, how do you address it? If he's taking care of 100% everything else, then why?
Well-
What's
Valentine's Day is not a bill.
that's money, right? If she so
No.
hold on, what?
No, what I'm saying, Valentine's Day is not a bill, so he shouldn't see that. Okay, you don't have any bills, so I don't have to give you anything for Valentine's Day. I think in that situation, it's important that if a man is doing everything and she doesn't have any bills, then she should be that man should have no complaints at all.
But yeah, she has a complaint. She says she still want him to treat
Yeah,
her
she
on Valentine's
should,
Day.
and she should treat him, and they should treat each other, because we did say last week that Valentine's Day is a celebration of love. So they
Right.
should celebrate that love, however they do it for them.
But I guess she
If
needs to
it's-
communicate to him that she's looking for something on top of everything else. Because if she's, I'm just thinking now, because this modern day women, she working, right?
Yeah, she's working.
She's working. So 100% of her salary going in her pocket, because she said
Yes.
100% is going to him. I mean, he's taking 100% else. So she could do whatever she want with her money. So she could buy a gift for her and buy a gift for him and say Happy
Why would
Valentine's
anybody
Day.
want to buy a
Why would you
gift for
buy
themselves
a
for
gift?
Valentine's Day, Jason?
But I mean, she doesn't. You know how much women out there would be so grateful for having 100% of their money for 100% of themselves, and she still want him to do more for her
Yes.
too. Oh my God!
Yes, a birthday gift
Jason,
for Valentine's Day.
Jason,
Yes.
you're saying a woman with a husband is supposed to buy her own Valentine's Day gift?
I say she shouldn't be looking for nothing else.
Oh,
Oh my
for God's sake.
If he does it, then it should be. Oh, thank you so much.
No.
You know,
no.
that's what I think.
Okay, can we get some of those comments? Let's read the comments.
No.
As usual. Go
very,
ahead.
very interesting, credible in real life. Okay, he switched it. So most men, when they come home from work, would probably like a little quiet
To detox first.
So good. So the woman knows. Don't bother with that guy. Don't. This is not a good time for him to talk. This is not a good
Exactly.
time to
Let
bring
him
up
have a
anything.
moment.
He needs to detox
Let him have a moment.
and have a
and
moment.
then bring up whatever it is a little later.
And you feel
These
that
women
if
know this.
something have a female woman has something burning on her, really pressing, she wants to address, she's gonna wait.
she
She
should.
should wait.
She should.
She should
but
wait.
I said, do you all feel they would?
I don't know. I don't have any feelings on
See,
that.
you just your smile says it all, Prescott. Your smile says
She
it all.
should.
She
I
should
think
wait.
A woman
Paulie,
who respects,
these
a woman who
women-
respects the fact that her husband need a minute and understands that he works hard and needs a minute to decompress.
A mature,
she
yeah.
would give him that space and address it a little later.
A mature, respectful woman.
And
would.
it's
I
fair
agree
for
with it,
her.
you know.
Yes.
Expect the same.
I agree with y'all, but that's not real life situation.
But I just
These
was
women
telling you
don't
that's
listen.
not realistic about. But you wanted to address
only
it
so many-
right then and there.
No,
Put whatever
I-
aside and listen to me because
Listen.
this was on my mind all day.
Okay, if not the timing, it could be the
Delivery.
delivery, the spirit in which it is communicated. Agreed. Agreed.
Yes.
I listen.
Now,
Some problems can rise up, right? And what I was just speaking about wasn't no little frivolous thing. It was something major because for
Right.
him to eat up, because y'all then say men don't communicate. So if he wants to communicate it, that means it's something eating him. And so I was just trying to draw a scenario. Should he wait? Should he have to
Okay.
cater the ground?
we have someone here who says sometimes you can't wait for the perfect time to address. You just have to go with God and express it and pray for the best. Just
Be tasteful
and graceful with putting it out there.
Amen. And
Yes.
that's what I'm an advocate
Yes,
of letting
and-
the Holy
and-
Spirit lead you and whatever
Yes,
you do.
I agree. But you know, if it's something that is, you know, you talked about timing. If you're going on and maybe sometimes, because I want to use this example. If someone is standing in the middle of the road and there's a car coming and they don't see it, you're not going to say, get out of the road. You're probably going to scream it. You're probably going to run and push the person. You're probably going to do whatever. So sometimes some situations call for a little more urgency
Right.
and a little more aggression
Right.
than others. So if it's a situation where the relationship, it's detrimental to the relationship. I'm saying, you know, you, of course, as females, we have to understand communication is still important. So both persons will have to navigate that and deal with it.
But Cheryl, that's what
But
I
you
was
have
trying to say.
No, but
you can't wait.
You were making it seem like any given situation, like the woman I literally said earlier.
I said eating him.
that
It's eating him.
has-
I described it.
has
I
to
said
be-
it was eating him, Cheryl. I said
Yes.
it's eating him.
But if she still needs to be, but I'm saying sometimes you're happy. She still has to be. Like
Cheryl
she still has to be.
flip-flop. She flip-flop. You was a good politician, you know.
No,
She flip-flop.
just like
Yeah,
this
you
person
say
said.
aggression. You
No,
just said it
have
takes
to go
aggression.
forward. That doesn't mean it's gonna be taken. It's gonna be received.
It should be received because you know that this
Jason.
person is your love of your. This the
That's
person
what
who
realistic
takes it.
Just like the person said, just go with God and pray for the best.
We as read that. We as women.
Me read that one.
You hear it? We as women should be the thermometer in the home because when anyone comes home, the house should be truly be
Truly
a
be a
home,
home, a place of
solace.
It takes two, though.
No, the woman said, and I agree with this
It
woman.
takes
Of
it
course
takes
it
two.
does.
It's
Yeah.
two persons, two adults.
How come no one checks to see if it's the right time for to be critical of men? Oh my gosh!
We have been saying that.
It
We have
goes
been
both
saying
ways. It
you
goes
know
both
your
ways.
partner.
Thank you,
know
J.
your
John.
spouse.
Thank you, J. John.
You know when you can approach him about certain things.
Yes.
You know when your man is not in a good mood. You know when he's stressed out. You know you can't go nagging at him. Don't care how important
Usually
it is.
women know
if he is
These
in a
things
bad
because they're in
mood.
tune to the
they're-
atmosphere and what's going on,
of the home.
to the climate of the relationship. J. John should tell us what he got for Valentine's Day because he was on last week. And we
Don't
were-
put him on blast
we were
like
looking
that.
at
So
that.
only her emotional state matters. That's what I've been saying all night,
Everyone's
Carly.
emotional
That's
state
what I've been
matters,
saying all night,
gatekeeper.
Carly. No, because they've been saying make sure the ground is
Everyone's
fertile for the
emotional
woman.
state
Make sure she's in the right mood.
We
Let her
also
decompress.
said it goes
Let it.
both
Your glass.
ways.
Your glaze over it. Your glazed over
It
the
goes
man.
It goes both ways.
We need a therapist here. Yes, we do. Because Cheryl them going for milk, they might be a part of the. I might be a part of the crime statistic, walking all this stuff. So I need the police to be waiting
need
on you for this
escort.
stuff after this.
You need
after the show.
escort. Yes.
This commenter says, "Mr. Lord, your stance is so wrong tonight. Your stance is giving selfish.
I agree.
You just want offload with no consideration of the effect of the other person. Once you would have said what you needed to say, what is it you're expecting to be her response? It will definitely not be in your favor. Ooh, I'm scared." Men prioritize every day because most men have the stress of the job at the door. They don't know. Men are just robots. We've been sitting down so quiet for so long, not complaining about anything till now that we're complaining. They say we're being selfish, we're wrong, but they call us sassy men. We're taking a wrong stance. Listen, men just need to start. We wrong for keeping quiet for so long. That's what I can say. We wrong.
Jason, stop explaining women to women.
Mansplaining is so. Yeah, because y'all women don't get it.
Oh,
Y'all don't
really?
get it. I will keep.
We don't-
Listen, y'all don't get men. We will tell
don't
y'all what
get
men
men.
want. We will tell y'all what men want. Tell men how men stand it, and y'all say no. Y'all supposed to do it this way.
And we will tell you what women need. And
And I
approach
say
us.
agree.
And y'all still saying
The
But
same
that's how
thing,
we-
exactly.
No, I say I
Literally,
agree.
we spend
No,
all night
DJ,
telling
tell
you
them
how
your
it is, but
approach
you decide how it should be.
I said, I agree. But when do you all sit back and say, let me
Later.
do it for the man?
We do it
All the time. All the time. Go do another survey. You like to do your surveys.
Jason, you
We
need
do it
another
all the
man.
time.
You ain't alone. You ain't gonna win. I know I ain't gonna win. This woman don't hear me. I'm silent
make
to
sure
them.
don't take
This
that
ain't even a
stress
draw. Make sure you don't. Oh no.
Miss Dames, how dare you?
Miss Dames, let me tell you something. Just like how I explained to them that I do not take my stress home. Any stress, if any stress in my home, that's because it happened in the home. I
You
know
know
how
what?
to separate. Because you know why? As man, I know how to separate. I try not to give people what they didn't give me. So like I always like to say, go blow your nose when you catch your cold.
Absolutely.
So, if you give me the call, I come into you. You could cure me. That's my woman. If my woman give me that call, I come into her. She better be ready to receive me because I always ready to receive her. I ain't giving nothing, but I ain't ready to accept. You understand? That's how I go.
Right.
But I guess I unfair for thinking like that. I mean, no, I'm not
No, he's
realistic.
just the perfect
I'm not
robot.
realistic. I remember when my husband used to come to me, come home and snap. I used to say, honey, whatever you're facing out there, please don't bring that in our home. He learned that. Oh yeah, she said. She said she remember when her husband used to come home and snap, and she used to tell him, look yo, get that back out there.
We can see it.
And he learned.
Right.
So he don't do that no more.
What he is saying
I'm
is
not
so
even
hard
sure.
for them to process.
We
They can't believe that
It's
it's
possible.
possible to choose.
not to allow something to bother you. That's what I'm saying.
Oh, okay. Wow.
So they give people too much control over them. They allow people to control them by,
Right.
I mean, saying and doing things. It's your choice on how you allow that to affect you.
Well, you know what? Jason and Gatekeeper and the other person can live into the false reality as much as you
Oh,
want.
wow,
But
it's
we're just
false.
letting you know that this is real. This is what's happening. This is what people experience.
Women.
This is what
and how
women experience.
deal with
and
certain
you're
things.
not choosing stress and you're not choosing whatever.
You have to.
There are times just like Mr. J. John said earlier, when you come home, you have to women have to detox as well. It's the same
Decompress.
thing. So you guys can pretty it up and call
Yes.
it detox, but when we
Yes.
say
Then
it,
we say, give
we're
us a
saying
minute.
we're saying it's bringing stress home and it's doing all of that nonsense. It's detoxing as well.
I said, I gave you a specific example. I said, she did something that's eating him up.
And she
And
had
she
a
had
day
a bad day on the job.
that she had to
And I
detox
said
from.
she has to prioritize which one she has to address. She cannot. And what's supposed to be addressed is the relationship. Because if she did something that is affecting their relationship, she now has to fix it.
If
Help
she did
fix it.
something, she should have fixed it before. She shouldn't wait
She
for
might
him
have
to come to
she,
her.
and
so
accidentally
that's
do it,
our
Cheryl.
thing.
Now you expecting her to be perfect. She did something on
Oh, dear
accident.
Lord.
So therefore he's coming to her to say,
The scenario
baby,
keeps
you did
changing.
something and I really don't like what you did. You saying he's supposed to wait. No, boy. No. That affecting him. What y'all say, happy wife, happy life? No, happy spouse, happy house. Because if he ain't asleep,
Jason, no
She
one
ain't
says
asleep.
that. No one says that.
It's easy to put him to sleep.
yeah, for true. Because we so sees, I ain't gonna lie.
No one says
she
that.
walk
Like
past
really,
naked and brush
seriously.
up on him. And,
Yeah, it's over. Like whatever.
This has always confused me. If we claim women can multitask, how come they have to be primed for everything? Yes. Y'all claim y'all can multitask
We
and men
can
can't.
Anyway.
multitask physically.
That's not true. Now we
can
know that ain't true.
multitask physically.
We know that
can
ain't true.
cook, we can deal
Anyway,
with
that's a whole
homework,
new show.
We
I
can
think it's time to
take
wrap
care
up.
of the children. But
Maybe next week we
emotionally,
will talk about crime in the Bahamas.
Hopefully I still be here.
With that, someone will be missing next week. I won't say who. Matter of fact, this could be used against me in the court of law. You know
Yes.
what? Let's just
Open
wrap
confession.
up.
Keep this your record. Boy.
Next week when we come back, Jason will be back to reality.
I live in
only
reality. I live in reality.
Jason, you
Right,
do
let's
have to
wrap it up.
understand
Let's
though
wrap
that
it up.
yes,
Let's
people
wrap it up.
they
Womansplain me. Womansplain me.
go ahead, Priska, our
I
guest.
just think
I apologize for
I
Jason
just
tonight.
think men need to understand that we communicate differently.
Mm-hmm.
Our needs are differently at the end of the day. So don't expect what you would do, your wife to do, your girlfriend to do. That's not realistic, and it's going to cause a lot of confusion and havoc in the home if you feel that she I could do this, so she could do it. So just understand what she needs, and know that what works for you or another man will not necessarily work in your home, and go from there.
Amen. Go ahead.
Yeah. And I think it's important to meet people where they are. You know your spouse. You know that person. Meet that person where she is, or meet that person where he is. And it's important to put the other person's feelings, I would say, ahead of your own. Both of you should do that. So we have to come to a compromise. And even though Jason and I have been disagreeing, I mean, at the end of the day, you know, us women, I want to challenge us, you know, do better. Men, meet her halfway. Woman, meet him halfway. Whatever that means for you in your relationship, it's up to you. And I know, even though Jason may have said most women this, or most men this, or most relationships, a lot of these things, I don't think it's as bad as we make it out to be. There are a lot of people in relationships who are doing it right. A lot of you are, and I wish more of you would communicate and tell us, let us know. But it is what it is. But let's just keep the communication open, and women do better. It's not too late. Even though Valentine's is past, women, go out and buy those men something for Valentine's Day, okay? I'm ashamed of you tonight.
Cheryl said it right. Women do better. No, I just being the devil's advocate here. But no, the relationship has to win. Both parties have to sit and see what they have to do in order for the relationship to win. Not for me to win the argument, not for her to win the argument. They have to sit back and be an adult about it. And do whatever it takes to make the relationship win. Men, we have to learn how women communicate and meet them on that level. And women, stop trying to think it just got to be your way. Women, you also have to learn how men communicate. And come and meet us on that level as well, because, yes, for the most part, we've been silent. We've sat down and we've settled and just allowed it to go. But you know what that causes? That causes them to go and stray to find somebody who's going to meet them where they want to be met. So you don't want to be a part of a broken relationship. So sit down and try to meet your man where he's at. Find out what he wants and give it to him. That ain't gonna take nothing from you. Men, we got to do better. We can't just sit and expect them to know. We have to properly communicate to them. Yeah, give them the little time, like she said. Give them the time if they need it. But hold on, you are the man, so you got to lead. Lead by example. Give what you want, and hopefully she give it back to you. That's been Let's Talk for the night. We hope to have you again with us next week, and we will get to crime next week. Hopefully I'll be here. Thanks for joining us tonight.